Good morning, Mark's Home Hobbies. This is Mark coming at you with a fully rebuilt WLtoys K989 with the two black ball diffs. I had to adjust the diffs a little bit. They were a little tight when they first ship them, so if you do buy those ball diffs, make sure you stick the little screwdriver in the end and hold the little nut there with the knurling on it and just loosen it just a bit till they're very slick and you don't feel that grinding so much. And maybe put a couple of drops of light oil down where the balls are between the two pressure plates. Run them in a little bit and then just readjust them so that they're both kind of the same tightness. Not too tight, scratchy, but not too loose. Very easy to get stuck in the grass when you're riding 2.5 millimeters above the pavement there. Let's see if we can do this a little better. Not as easy as it looks. Especially since on these WLtoys, that's the radio that I'm using right there on this car. I haven't modified the transmitter and the receiver yet. On these cars right here, you don't have any dual rate or any kind of control on the throttle or the steering, so it's just all up to you. So the little RBRC gyro does help a little bit in there. I could probably turn the steering gain up a little bit more on it. And you can see the car really doesn't have much steering. It's all throttle basically. Yeah, one of my subscribers, RC Odyssey, was commenting about power sliding, and we were having a discussion about power sliding. we both agreed that it was more fun than drifting sometimes. I like drifting too, but I think there's really two different types of drifting. There's regular drifting, which is not necessarily a high-speed thing. It can be. When you watch the shows on YouTube, D1GP and Formula Drift, they show some pretty excessive speed going on there. So, but that to me is more like a power slide, where the drifting is like the guys I consider to be drifters are the ones that can park their cars using a drift and that can, navigate through very, very small spaces and things like that. That's more considered drifting precision, I think, which is what you get with the rear wheel drive car more so than you do with the four-wheel drive car, such as the WLtoys K989 over there. But I'll tell you what, it makes a formidable drift car, really it does. Just by switching the tires and the wheels, you're going to have a pretty good driftable car, or power slidable car anyways. And if you combine that with the right surface, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, and then you can start practicing. And like I am here, I'm just trying to drive and figure out the car and get used to the car. If you have to keep changing the car and modifying it and repairing it, that changes the setup on the car all the time. So I think one of the most crucial goals for this car and the K969 is to get them in an operable state that they stay that way, and there's not as much breakage and not as much deterioration of parts. That way you can have a more consistent setup. And I think that's where the more expensive cars, the GLD and the BM RX and Atomic and all those other cars, that's where they excel more, because their parts are a little bit better quality and their maybe the design work is a step higher or something. I don't know. WLtoys car is it's designed very well, I think, and why it doesn't get any more play and why they're not any more involved in the RC world, I don't know. Maybe it's just because they have toys in their name and nobody takes them seriously, which is why I suggested before that they just drop the WLtoys and just go WL Racing and then put out some decent hobby quality products to the RC world. Just give it to a few people, top racers, and say, here you go ahead and race this car, and see where it takes them. You don't have anything to lose. Basically, you already got a good company that makes a pretty quality product as far as I'm concerned. Repairable and lightweight, durable, reasonable cost, very efficient, highly competitive, good looking. You got a winning product already, so all you need to do is just get in the game a little bit in terms of RC. And then again, I don't know how big RC is anywhere. It doesn't seem to be all that big around here. I mean, there's only a few tracks, and there's not as much interest as there once was, maybe. So anyways, let's get back to the testing and tuning. This is Mark from Mark's Home Hobbies saying, see you in the next one.